Hi, you're listening to Dusk to Dawn, reading horror and weird fiction. We're your hosts, Amber and Dan.
Follow us on Instagram at Dusk to Dawn Podcast. Please rate our show wherever you're listening, and let's get started. Hello, everybody. We said that we might update you during the summer, and here we are less than 1 week before the first episode of Season 3, and here we are. So we can technically say we gave you a summer update.
Yes, very last minute, but here we are.
We've had a busy summer, but we're excited about Season 3. Yeah, so there's a few small changes we're making going forward for Season 3, and we thought we would just go over some of that. And also, we're just excited to get the season started and do this intro and say, hey, get ready. We're coming.
Hey. Not awkward at all.
Not at all. Let's start off right away saying which books we're going to be covering at the beginning of Season 3, because we're coming out the door strong with cannibalism.
Yes, of course. How could we not?
Yeah, Amber really loves cannibalism. I'm just going to leave it at that with no more context.
You can find out more by checking out our podcast on Tenders of Flesh.
For your favorite human meat recipes, follow our cannibalism social media page, which doesn't exist. Our first book will be The Lamb by Lucy Rose, followed by Off Season by Jack Ketchum, followed by the pinnacle of our human meat-eating cornucopia, Titus Andronicus by the one and only Bill Shakespeare.
That'll be fun because a play is definitely not something that we have done, and it's my favorite Shakespeare play. And although it is more of a play about revenge, it will be fun to discuss something completely out of left field.
And while I have not read this play, if it's a revenge play by him, I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of death and murder. So, hey, that's horror.
It's also his first play.
Yeah, we'll get into more of that. I know there's discussions on that point, definitely, but you'll have to wait for that episode. I think that's a good segue to mention we're looking to incorporate a little bit more variety. We're still focused on books, but we're doing a William Shakespeare play. We're also looking at bringing in a manga. I think we have that scheduled for November, something like that. I'm a big Junji Ito fan. I spent a lot of the summer reading manga horror, and I really want to talk about one of his works, probably Uzumaki. I think that's the most well-known, and you have not read it, right?
No.
Yeah, so we'll probably be doing that one. Still, by and large, it's going to be novels that we're talking about, along with a couple of short story collections, because I like to torture Amber. So, trying to have a little more fun, trying to get a little more variety in the types of publishers, looking at more indie publishers and stuff like that. And
we're even thinking about doing a self-published book.
Yeah.
So to go off of that, the reason we're just saying we might be doing this, we might be doing that, is we're also going to step back on having such a firm structure for our books. That worked out pretty well last season, but we felt a little overwhelmed at times when we had scheduled a book that just timing didn't work out. So we're going to be nicer to ourselves this season and try to be more flexible.
Yeah, we've typically, we mentioned the next 3 books, I believe, on our chopping block posts at our Instagram page at Dawn to Dusk Podcast. We'll probably just be doing the next 2 books.
Or one. I'm thinking
book.
one, actually.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because part of the reason I thought it would be good to have such foresight was to help you guys, our listeners, keep up with what we're reading. But I realized that that's actually quite silly, because you're either going to have read the book, you will read the book, or you won't read the book, irregardless of whether or not we're reading it right now. It just seems unnecessary to give such a far in advance, and then it locks us in when something more interesting might pop up, or, our schedule forces us to do something different.
Yeah. And of course, on that, we just told you the next 3 books we're reading. So when we do have some foresight,
you told.
Well, I mean, we can't cut into Cannibalism Month.
No,
but we can cut into human flesh.
Indeed. Yummy human flesh.
So yeah, we're trying to, not have to stick to a structure of we must always talk about the 3 books. Sometimes we'll give you 3 books.
Talk about the 3 books.
Yeah, sometimes 1 or 2, etc. We will still be posting every 2 weeks throughout the entire season until next summer, so there's no change there.
Unless there's a bonus episode here or there.
Yeah, unless we want to do even more work for free. But, extra reading doesn't hurt. Which brings us to, I think, our last point of housekeeping here. On all of our previous episodes, we always had a what are you reading section. That's not necessarily going away, but we're not going to be doing that every single time necessarily. On the one hand, I like that it encourages both of us to continue reading outside of just what we're reading for the podcast. And often, but not always, that includes books that aren't horror. So I think it's good to get a variety in. But it also felt sometimes like it was unnecessarily adding more work when it didn't make sense. Like I didn't have time to read another book. It also encouraged...
put pressure on both of us to read more than 2 books, at a time in order to have this nice long list of books we've read every 2 weeks. It felt a little out of hand at times.
Yeah. And I think too, if there's not the pressure of you have to have read stuff outside of what we're reading, I can now enjoy some longer books. Because it's not like, okay, I want to read Dante's Inferno or something, and you got 2 weeks on top of the podcast book to read it, or whatever the case may be.
The self-imposed restrictions.
Yeah, the focus is on the books we're reading for the episode. But if we have been reading something, we want to talk about it, we're going to bring it up. Maybe,
or we might do short episodes, right? We had talked about that. We might just plug in what have you been reading episode, a short one like this one, as, I guess, a bonus episode.
Yeah, we're figuring that stuff out. But you can still rely on us talking about a book every 2 weeks.
Oh, joy.
Oh, joy. Can't wait. Really looking forward to it.
I am. It's been sad. Well, it's not been sad. It's actually been really nice to have a holiday.
Yeah.
But I've missed sitting here and shooting the shit.
Yeah, it's fun. We definitely enjoy it. Otherwise, we would not be doing our 3rd season of it, because what does it equal out to? Like 30 books in a season-ish?
You keep asking me that, and I keep saying that's your realm of knowledge.
Let's call it 30 books. I hope there are no mathematicians listening who can instantly correct me.
I mean, or you just look at our list. Doesn't it tell you?
Yeah, but that would require research. And effort.
No, we have 39.
Yeah, sure.
This is our 40th episode.
It is. This one right here?
Yeah, if you count.
Cool.
If you count it. I mean, we're not talking about a book, so does it count?
I don't know. It's an episode. Let's count it.
I mean, it counts.
Or like a 39.25. Welcome to our 39 and a quarter book.
It's not a book.
Episode. All right,
Quick, read a short story.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's been a fun summer. It's been busy. Let's talk a little bit about what we read over the summer. And guys, you're never going to believe this, but I think I might have read more than Amber.
We'll see. We'll tally.
I don't know. If you bring in audiobooks, so you're always going to win, though.
I actually didn't really... I've been listening to an audiobook, but actually I have 2 audiobooks that I listened to, and then I'm halfway through a short story collection, believe it or not, but we'll get to that. Unless you want me to go first.
I don't care. Go for it. I'm a gentleman.
Are you though? Ooh, bird.
My dear.
Yeah. Yeah, so right now I'm about halfway through I Know a Place by Nat Cassidy, and this recently came out with Shortwave, but I'm having this weird, I don't know, existential crisis thing or something. I don't know. You tell me. I feel like I've read this before, and it's like every story as I listen to it, I'm not sure if I have read 1 or 2 of these stories before, and therefore I feel like I know them all, or if I am making it up and I'm just feeling like I have because I can kind of guess what's going to happen. I'm not really sure, but that's one of the things that drives me nuts about short stories, is that sometimes I definitely feel like I've read the story before, and not just with this Nat Cassidy one, but this has happened to me in other cases as well. And I think it was a Stephen King short story collection I listened to, and then I listened to another one, and there were definitely some stories that overlapped. So I don't know if I just have this internal worry or anxiety, not anxiety. It's not even a worry. It's just annoyance. I don't know. Wonderment that I've read the story already.
You don't like short stories enough to reread them is what you're saying.
Well, sure, I will, but I want to do it by choice, not because it just happens to have the same stories, especially when you're in a place where you don't have service and it's the only book you have and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know if that's happened to me, but a lot of short story collections do have stories that have been previously published. So I guess you've just been hitting those ones is my guess. But where would you have read them before? In other collections?
Exactly. And that's the thing is I don't know because I've read 2 of his books, but I have not read a short story collection unless it was a story within another collection. So therefore, maybe I'd read one of them. I don't know. I suppose I could have done a little research beforehand to see if any of these stories were somewhere else, but I don't know. Do you ever get that? Is that just like a me thing?
I feel like once or twice I may have done that, but it's not something...
Where you think you did or that you know you did? Like read
both?
it? Okay.
I think. I think it's usually,
so
I have read this, but it's been long enough where I'm remembering it as I have read it.
And that's how I feel about this story collection, but it's like the whole thing. And I'm like, it just came out this year. There's no way I could have read all these stories already. I don't know. It's weird.
It does sound weird. That sounds like some kind of psychological issue that you've got going on there.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
Do you want to talk about any of the stuff you've been listening to or reading, or was that your main thing?
Well, that was the thing I wanted to bring up. Yeah. I mean, I read a couple of books. Speaking of Junji Ito, I read Shiver, which you had gotten at the library, and I thought I would pick it up, and our kiddo kept picking it up and reading it. I think he read it twice.
Yeah.
Weird little guy. So I'm all about reading some horror manga. I think that would be fun. Normally, I'm not a big manga fan. I've read a couple series, and they're fine, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah, so I enjoyed that. And then I read The King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. I've been really wanting to read some S.A. Cosby, and I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed the narrator, Adam Lazar White, and I think he has done a number of Cosby's books, and just really good narrator. So if you're interested in reading S.A. Cosby and you like audiobooks, I highly recommend that one, or at least any of the books that Adam Lazar White has narrated for him, because it was really good. And the story was good. It was a family owns a mortuary, is it? Where you go when your family dies? I don't think mortuary is the correct term.
That's where you put the makeup on, right?
Well, this is like they cremate and they do caskets and stuff. Is it a mortuary? Is that the right?
Or is it a morgue? Or is there a difference?
No, morgue is like where you store people. Mortuary, yeah.
Mortuary is a room or building where dead bodies are kept before they are buried or cremated.
Yes. So what's the...
Do they put makeup
House
on, though?
of
That's
the
the real
dead.
Question.
Not if they're cremating them. That would be...
Well, not for them. Although...
on this tiny little piece of ash.
Yes, there's mascara in these ashes.
Oh, God. Well, anyway, it's like the building that you go to, they own one of those. It's more of a thriller. I really enjoyed it, though. So it's skirting the edges of not being horror, but very well written. So highly recommend. And then I did a funny thing. I've been wanting to read some sci-fi horror. So I saw that he wrote another one called Dead Silence. Started listening to it. I was like, dang, this is so different. That's because it's by S.A. Barnes, not S.A. Cosby. So
You're struggling.
Everything. Yeah. Did I mention I needed a holiday?
Welcome to your 40s.
Oh my God.
Everything just falls apart.
Yeah. Perimenopause, burnout. Anyway, the story was really good. I did not like the narrator at all. And I wonder if part of it is because I had just read King of Ashes and really enjoyed it. but the narrator on this was way over the top, very into the action. And if the tension's building, then we're going to talk really fast and start screaming at you. And I was like, whoa, lady, I'm in bed trying to relax, and now I'm being yelled at. You know, you can do a little bit, but oh my gosh, it was frustrating. It was like, please stop yelling at me more than once. So the story itself was good. That one, I wish that I had actually physically read it, though, or at least given up on the audiobook and switched over. But I finished it. The story was fine, but I don't know how much of it was taken away by the audiobook quality. And then I read Never Whistle at Night, finally. The short story collection. It's coming out now, or it just came out, I'm not sure which, with a sequel. And I read that for my horror writers.
Is it called Never Ever Whistle at Night?
No, I think it's called Never Whistle at Night Part 2, like Bathed in Blood or something like that.
Okay. I would have gone with Never Ever Whistle at Night.
Yeah, I mean, that would be good. Or Never Whistle during the day.
Which would be confusing to people. It makes more sense to call it Part 2. But
Yeah. But that was really good. A lot of great short stories written by Native American authors. Really good mix of stories. I enjoyed that. I recommend that. Yeah, and then I'm not done yet, but I'm also reading non-horror I, Claudius by Robert Graves. That was my vacation book. I only got about halfway through it so far, which is fine, but I had hoped to read more like you did of that book.
I don't know. You just mentioned a bunch of books.
No, I mean, you read, when we were gone, you read a whole book. I read half a book.
All right, enough about you. I'm going to talk about me now.
Clearly.
So going into the summer, before we were done with season 2, I was like, I'm going to read all, these like tough literature books. And I got one in, which we'll get to. But then the summer hit and we were done with our season. And I was like, I just want my brain to be mush. I want some easy reading. So I went to manga, and not saying it's mushy, but, it's a lot easier to read.
You're mushy.
My mushy?
You're mushy.
Like like manga is mushy for me?
No, your brain is mushy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I say, I see what, like I made it sound like the books are mushy?
Yeah, but you...
Got it.
But then you corrected yourself saying it wasn't the books, but your brain was mushy.
Yeah, my brain was mushy from the season.
So you wanted pictures.
I wanted, yes.
You needed a picture book.
Absolutely. I needed some picture books, and man, I had fun with it. Toward the end of season 2, I had started reading some Junji Ito. I think I had mentioned Shiver, which Amber read over the summer, because I had handed it to her, and I was like, this is good. And then I wanted to look for some other horror manga. I ended up finding PTSD Radio by Masaaki Nakayama. It's a 3-volume horror manga. It was pretty good. It was a lot of hair horror.
I was about to say, is that the one with all the hair?
A lot of hair horror.
You posted a picture of that on our Instagram,
I
right?
did. It was good.
It keeps showing up like, you should promote this. I'm like, please stop showing me hair.
Yeah. I liked it. It wasn't, it didn't quite do it for me the way Junji Ito does. It was more eerie than horrifying, and it was cool. By far the coolest part about it, though, is towards the second half or even towards the end of it, some meta horror starts to come in where the author starts talking about himself and like weird supernatural things that started happening to him and like in their studio around the creation of the book. So it was really cool. It had that meta aspect to it. And apparently, as the story goes, he had stopped creating the series because all these weird things were happening to him, and he felt like he was maybe treading ground that he should not be treading, which sounds like a made-up story, but who knows? Regardless, it was cool, and I liked it. I think without that...
There are a lot of superstitious people out
absolutely. There. But, it's also real convenient to be like, I could not finish this series because real life got too scary, and that's like a good selling point.
Sounds like something R.R. Martin would say, because his show got so bad. The show got bad.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And so he never finished the books.
That's a totally different thing. But okay. So, yeah, I enjoyed that. I recommend it. It's just 3 volumes, so it's easy to get through. And then I ended up reading 2 H.P. Lovecraft manga adaptations by Go Tanabe, and they were incredible. At the Mountains of Madness, it's a big one.
That's mine, right? That John gave us?
Yes, our friend John gave that to us but I read it last Christmas, I believe. It's been sitting on the shelf taunting me, and it was great. The art was great. The suspense was awesome. I just really enjoyed it. I don't know if I've read that actual story by Lovecraft. I don't think I have, but it made me want to read that. But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Did you read the one that I read? I think it was just Call of Cthulhu, right?
By him? You read the adaptation of that?
Yeah, John had it. He had it here, or let me borrow it, something like that. And
I have
that's
not.
why he gave us At the Mouth of... At the
Mountains of Madness.
Thank you, yeah. Because I had read it, and I was like, oh, this is the first time I read Lovecraft, and it was actually good. Yeah,
it was great. The illustrations were fantastic, which I would think would be really hard to do well with Lovecraft, because a lot of what makes Lovecraft so interesting is he only gives you parts of the picture. So it could have easily been overdone, but not in this case. I really enjoyed it. I went right after that and read Tanabe's adaptation of The Shadow over Innsmouth, or Innsmouth, I'm not sure. That's one of my favorite Lovecraft stories. I've read that a few times. And again, really great illustrations, great pacing. Everything was cool. And he's done, like Amber just mentioned, Call of Cthulhu. And he apparently started out with a short story collection of adaptations. So a lot of that stuff is at our library. I'm going to be checking that stuff out more and more. It's fun to read. I highly recommend it, especially if you're, not super into encountering Lovecraft's often racist depictions of characters.
That's me.
Yeah, there's a good way to get a real good, faithful adaptation of kind of the atmosphere of what makes his work so interesting is really well placed here without some of that more icky stuff going on. So yeah, that's fun. And then...
Can I interrupt you again?
Yeah.
Can I give you a very off-the-wall comparison again that probably makes no sense?
Sure.
It's kind of like Strange New Worlds. It's like the original Star Trek, but minus all the sexism of the 60s.
Is that the one you like, or that you say?
Yeah, the new one. Mm-hmm. With
Cool.
Christopher Pike, and his hair keeps getting taller.
Oh, interesting.
And they had the musical episode. So good.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep checking some of that stuff out. Might be talking about it on our future episodes or not. We're going to do what we want. And then last but not least, I did check off my literary requirement.
Oh, too bad you didn't read Chekhov.
Oh, that would have been
That would
great.
have been perfect.
So I actually went to our library to read a book,
the one in our house.
The books we have. I always feel proud of myself when I actually pick up a book that we've bought and decide to read it instead of just buying another book. But yeah, I picked up Crime and Punishment. I've read very little Russian literature, so I feel like a huge part of my creative brain is missing. I have read Chekhov short stories years ago, but that's pretty much it. I think I read a short story by Tolstoy or two. But yeah, I thought I'd read some Crime and Punishment, some light reading for the family cruise we went on to end the summer. And it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. If you don't count the epilogue is basically a commercial for the New Testament. But
oh, really? Interesting.
yeah, I mean, there's a religious thread through it that they use the story of Lazarus and resurrection as a through line for what's going on with the main character. But it's much more submerged and abstract within the main story. And then in the epilogue, it's in case you didn't get the point, read the New Testament. It'll save your life.
Oh, boy.
It's not that bad, but it also kind of is. But I mean, just an incredible book. I loved it. It was like a psychological thriller plus soap opera plus, I don't know, old-fashioned 19th century book. But it didn't feel old-fashioned. It was old-fashioned in some of the I don't know, ways the language is used, but it didn't feel like an old rickety book by any means. I read the Sidney Monas translation, which was great. It was in a nice small size book for a 500-page book, but it was great for bringing to travel. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. And I definitely want to read some more Russian literature. Want to read some more Dostoevsky.
We have the Brothers Karamazov.
We do. I've also heard Notes from Underground is great. So I don't know. It's easy to say yeah, I want to read more. But they're also big books and we have a podcast to do. So maybe next summer we'll find out. And that was it for me, but I would call that a good summer of reading. Went from like easy manga picture books to Russian literature.
Yeah.
So yeah, good balance.
Yeah, good. Look at us being all productive.
We try. But really, I think that's it. I mean, this is just meant to be a...
Oh, we're not going to talk about our trip or anything?
Oh,
how
we went on a cruise. We ate a lot. We didn't have to do dishes.
Part of our trip, we went to the Magic Kingdom, as we do when we go down to LA. Got to see the big mouse. And I will never not think about Mayfly now when I go there. And
check out that episode. That was a fun book.
I'm still tempted to bring a copy to try to get Elsa, I think, is to sign it. I don't know. It's kind of a weird space to be in, though, right? Like appreciating the family friendliness and then wanting to bring this like horrible book to have a character sign. It's like my brain is weird. But yeah, we also got to go to Universal Studios. And
yeah, it's our kid's first time going there.
He got to meet some icons.
Yep, he met Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster, and Frankenstein's bride. The actors were great for that. We followed them around, and then he got the full treatment, hug. Got a big hug and like
so cool.
high five, and it was really cool. He loves those classic monster movies. And then also, who else did we see? We saw Dracula.
He
got
did
a picture
a great
with him.
pose for that. The space is all
And then Beetlejuice, which he also likes. He loves all these older movies with practical effects and the old movie monsters. It's really cool to see. He's like, Dad, new movies are terrible. Give me the old stuff. So he's an old soul in an 8-year-old body.
Which is wonderful. And it was funny, too, because he really wanted something from The Creature of the Black Lagoon. And because they were getting ready for their horror nights, apparently they redo the classic monsters shop into like whatever the hell that was. It's like Ozzy Osbourne and I don't know,
it's like the icons you see anytime you go to a horror thing. It's like
so
Pinhead,
it's like, well, why would you get
Freddy,
rid of the
stuff.
classics and not get rid of something else that no one cares about? Luckily, we found a really cool Creature from the Black Lagoon figure for him. Yeah, and the tour was cool. The studio tour, we saw the actual ship they use in the Odyssey.
That was cool.
Fun.
Did not expect to see that.
And Jaws was broken per usual, but we got to see him and see their little mock-up of, wow, I almost said Amityville. That's not right.
Of the Bates Motel?
No.
Oh, you're still in Jaws. Because Bates Motel is right after that. Yeah, I don't know. Town with Jaws. I don't remember.
The town with Jaws. Yeah, and the Bates Motel was all covered up because they were getting ready for the Halloween stuff. But the Psycho House was still there, and we got to see Norman Bates come out with a knife. It was cute.
Cute. Oh, Norman.
Oh, Normie. Was it Norman, Norma, or Norm? What was it? He had the 3 names, remember? Norman, Norma, and Normal.
I don't remember the third one.
Yeah, so, and then we went to the Horror Vibes coffee shop, which was cute. It was so busy.
Yeah, we were in Burbank, and it's like a little horror institute there. They had Horror Vibes coffee shop. Right next door was like the Creature from their Beneath Brewing Company or something like that. Yeah, it
sounded like a book title. I feel like something I read.
Yeah.
Where the Creatures Sleep is the name of the brewery.
I was close, but it was like right next door and also had like some horror adjacent illustrations. Nearby there was a Witch's Cottage cafe, and I also found out, I was so sad about this to discover it, and of course it was closed and we had to leave, but there's a H.P. Lovecraft Research Institute that's free and had good ratings and looked really cool. Would have loved to spend some time there. Maybe next time.
Yeah. And then the guy there was talking about how there's like a year-round horror Halloween store and some other stuff up the street. Yeah. Too bad we didn't know about the H.P. Lovecraft. We'll have to go back. Oh, darn.
Shucks. But yeah, I guess we can't escape horror even when we're traveling on a family vacation.
Oh, we could have, but we chose not to.
I guess we also sought it out.
Yeah, actively.
Yeah.
I think like 4 times I'm like, we have to go to this cafe. We have to go to this cafe. So luckily everyone was on board and we had a great time.
On board, and we went on a cruise. Look at you.
Yeah, and that was fun. It was hot, but it was nice. It was nice to be disconnected from everything. We we went down to Mexico. We went along the Baja. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I freckled a lot. I don't think I tanned. I don't think I tan. I think I just freckled, but I freckled. And
having no work, being not unapproachable. I mean, I don't know.
Well, we're always that. And that crowd?
Unreachable? What's the word I'm looking for? It's a very basic word.
Unreachable.
Anyway, unreachable. There it is.
Yeah.
That was nice. Also, the one thing that was driving me crazy, the different sections of the ship seem to have a playlist of 5 or 6 songs each. So
played at full volume.
We heard every song many times. So it's nice to come back home and put my playlist back on so I can repeat the songs I've listened to thousands of times, but like pick them at least.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, it's cool. I enjoyed it.
It was cool seeing the little one run around, and now he can say he's been to Mexico.
There must be some cruise ship horror out there.
Oh God, yes. I think I know of one actually. The cover's like a shark eating people or something, and it's like cartoon stylized. Oh no, now it's going to bug me.
I might have read a short story where somebody was thrown overboard off of a cruise ship.
Oh, that's cool.
Or it's just like a ship. I don't know.
Yeah, so that's what we've been up to. A whole bunch of random stuff. And now we're back on track.
Yeah, check out our first episode coming out September 1st. Again, that is The Lamb by Lucy Rose. We both enjoyed reading that one. I think we had a pretty good discussion about it and excited for you guys to hear it. And then we're on every 2 weeks. Looking forward to it. Thanks for listening.
Well, if you've made it this far, then we didn't scare you off. Thanks for listening to Dusk to Dawn, reading horror and weird fiction.
Please rate our podcast, and if you like, follow us on Instagram at Dusk to Dawn Podcast, which is also our Gmail address. Tell us what you liked or didn't like about the show, and let us know if you have any book suggestions. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.